Hi, and welcome back to Sense and Sensitivity. Today, I wanted to do an overview of an organic holistic skincare brand that I've been loving and using exclusively for several months now, and that brand is called Blissoma. So, I'm going to go over the products I use and my thoughts about them, the results I've seen, and I hope this helps you guys out. So, like always, my lens is through the lens of hypersensitive skin and rosacea. And so, first off, Blissoma has an incredible website with tons of information. They also allow you to do a free consultation online. So, it's a really in depth form that you fill out online with your skincare, your skin condition, the skincare you're using, your skincare goals, and then they respond to you with recommendations of products and things to do to help support your skin. And so that's what I did to get the recommendation of the products I'm currently using. They have incredible customer service. They respond very, very quickly. They ship in sustainable packaging. And I just think from an ethical standpoint, it's a really, really good small woman-owned company to support. And I think the products produce excellent results for people with sensitive skin and rosacea. So we're going to talk about the products I use today. First up is the cleanser. They have two cleansers. The one I use is called Free Herbal Gel Cleanser and Makeup Remover. So I've been using all of these products since June of this year. And this is a very light pink, gentle gel. It has just the tiniest bit of foam when you put it onto wet skin, and it rinses off really, really clean and soft. I don't find it to be drying. However, I think if your skin is in a state of being really, really dry, it might feel drying. My skin at this point is retaining moisture pretty well. So using a light gel cleanser like this isn't affecting it in that way, but it does clean and leave you feeling much more clean than, like, say, an oil cleanser, like the Rejuvenating oil cleanser. So if you're dealing with really dry skin right now that kind of just feels dry no matter what, this might not be what you want to use now. You might want something more cushiony like an oil or cream cleanser. But if your skin is pretty normal or to the side of oily, this is a great cleanser to take the day off. Now, I will say I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup the past several months, so I can't really speak to its makeup remover qualities. It does say in the directions that if you're going to be removing makeup, you should use a washcloth or a pad to help with lifting off the product, and I think that would be a really good recommendation. So if you're wearing a lot of makeup or waterproof sunscreen, I would still recommend doing a double cleanse with some sort of oil-based cleanser first and then going in with this product as your second cleanse. If you like to wash your face in the morning, or if at the end of the day you wore like a little bit of powder and a non-waterproof sunscreen or nothing at all, this absolutely does the job. It smells really good. It smells almost like an herbal tea with raspberry, but it's very, very light. It's essential oil free. That scent is just from the herbal teas that they put into it. So yeah, I'm really liking the herbal gel cleanser. Next is the toner. Now, I had to put the toner in a different bottle. It comes in a beautiful white bottle similar to the cleanser, but my pump kept breaking, and they actually mailed me more pumps, and they also stopped working very quickly on. So I just decanted it into a sterilized glass spray jar that I had, and I peeled the label off so I would know what this was. So this is the Serene Sacred Waters Tonique. This is the toner for sensitive skin. And the founder of the company says she spent a really long time formulating this because she wanted a toner for hypersensitive skin that would be soothing. And that was very hard to do without adding essential oils or making it astringent or anything like that. So it's just beautiful hydrosols and teas and infusions. It has a really interesting smell. Again, it has sort of like a tea smell, like some sort of herbal tea with a slight vinegar component to it. Not strong like the Marie Veronique Tonique, which I think has a much stronger vinegar scent, but this does have a sort of like sour smell to it, in addition to being herbal, but I didn't find that to linger, and I really like this. I do think it helps soothe, and it is a nice second step. Although she says her cleanser is pH balanced, so it's not necessary to use a toner. So sometimes I use it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just wash my face and then moisturize. Sometimes I do the toner too. But it is a nice product if you're into toners or you want a midday refresh or to spray over makeup. And I've used almost all of it. So you can see it's like down to there. So I'll probably get another one next time they have a sale. I like the toner, but it's not my favorite product. So the next two products are my favorite products, and they are the Pure Sensitive Care Complex, which is the moisturizer for hypersensitive skin, and the Flawless Clear Condition Facial Oil, which is a facial oil for sensitive, red, and acne-prone skin. So this is in a plastic airless pump jar, the cream, and this is also in a glass or ceramic bottle, like the cleanser and toner. So the cream, I love this cream. It is, I would say, mid-weight. So it's not going to leave you with an oily finish. It's not super watery, but it's also not super heavy and thick and occlusive. It does have some shea butter and different oils in it, as well as herbal infusions. Again, all of the products in this line are essential oil free, but she does use herbal infusions that are good for inflammation and for calming the skin. So that's where all the natural scents come from, but no essential oils. And I've had zero irritation. In fact, I've had the opposite with these products. I've had a lot of soothing and calming. So this cream, I'll show you what it looks like. It comes out like that. So you can see, you know, it's not dripping off my hand. It's a nice mid-weight cream. It's kind of like a lightly yellow color. Rubs in really easily and nicely. It smells really good. To me, it smells like kind of like honey and oats or honey and hay in a really good way. So now I'm rubbing it in and I'm feeling like, yeah, you can feel like it's a little bit buttery, it's a little bit tacky still, but I can feel it absorbing as the seconds go by. And it doesn't really leave much of a sheen, but it does feel like there's a layer of protective moisture on top of my hand now. So I love this cream. If you guys have watched my other videos, you know that I love creams, which a lot of people don't use anymore. And I think it can be really, really good for sensitive skin. And this one is excellent. So I use that morning and night. I only cleanse my face at night, but I splash my face with water in the morning, and I'll use some of the cream morning and night. And I have noticed that on days when I'm getting really flushed, a splash of cool water and a little bit of that cream really tones down the redness quickly. Doesn't eliminate it, you know, and it's not color correcting or anything like that, but it is a nourishing skin food moisturizing cream that I highly recommend. My other favorite product is this facial oil. Now they have two facial oils. The one they actually recommended to me was the other one, which I believe is called Restore, but it has a little bit of essential oils in it, and I didn't want to go that route. And since I read on the page for the Flawless that it was for skin that's easily congested and had redness and inflammation, I felt like even though they were focusing more on like acne related irritation and inflammation, that it would probably be a good fit because my skin can get easily disrupted by the wrong ingredients, and it's essential oil free. So you're gonna see, and here's a cool thing. Not only is it in a pump, but it's actually 1.27 ounces. So you're getting more than a normal oil. Usually oils are 1 ounce. So this is 1 1/3 ounce. So you can pump out just a little bit. And it is this beautiful, you probably can't tell, well, maybe, beautiful green, yellowish green color. And it smells really good, like cucumber. I think it smells like cucumber, and that's what my husband thinks too. And you know, the description of it says that it's a really, really lightweight oil and doesn't have an oily feel. And I'm pleasantly surprised that I think it's a little bit heavier than what I thought it was going to be, which is good for my skin. So it already feels like it's absorbed into my hand, but it's more nourishing than I thought it would be, given that it's lightweight. It's a beautiful blend of different carrier oils, and why it smells kind of like cucumber is that it has watermelon seed oil in it, as well as hemp seed oil. And the hemp seed oil gives it the green color and is what makes it super anti-inflammatory. These are absolutely staples in my skincare now. I either put the cream on first and then the oil on top, or I mix the two on my fingertips and apply them together like that. And these are definitely my two favorite products that I've discovered from this line, although I'm loving all of them. All right, it's several hours later. I've been caring for my baby, but I'm back to finish this review. So we've talked about all the facial care that I use, which is all in their extra sensitive skincare range. I also was curious about their sunscreen because it gets really, really good reviews. I was hesitant because it has both niacinamide and bergamot essential oil in it, so I only purchased a sample. And this is one of the great things about Blissoma, is that you can not only try like mini kits of the different lines, like anti-aging line, sensitive skin line. You can buy little samples like this that are like $4, so you can try all the different products. And honestly, this sample is a decent size. I'll show you. It has a good amount of product in it, so you can probably get like 5 uses out of these things. So that's a really good way to try the products before you invest, because they aren't inexpensive. Anyway, so with this sunblock, I bought the sample pretty much figuring I wasn't going to like it. Normally, my skin reacts to niacinamide and I avoid essential oils. But I was just so curious because I've had, I had already good experiences with these other products that when I made a second order, I wanted to try the SPF too. So, spoiler alert, it doesn't work for me. It does irritate my skin, and I don't like the bergamot essential oil in it either, but I do want to just give it a little quick review. So, it's a very thin texture. It looks tinted, and that's just from the natural ingredients in it. It doesn't have, I don't believe it has like minerals, pigments to make it a tint. It's just from the different infusions and herbs, and I think it's an antioxidant called like astaxanthin that gives it this kind of pinkish beigey tint. It's very, very thin, fluid, and lightweight. You can see it just rubs in so quickly and easily. And it's zinc only. It smells good. The bergamot makes it citrusy, but since I'm so used to unscented skincare, it's too much on my face. So, not only does it have niacinamide and essential oils, which are not for me, but I don't like this texture either. A lot of people like really sheer, thin, lightweight, almost drying sunscreens. And it's great if you want to do your whole skincare routine and then layer that on top. However, they usually make my skin feel tight, like they're tightening on it, almost like a clay mask, and that's very uncomfortable to me. So when I tested this, I did some patch testing, and then I, saw how it was throughout the day. I didn't necessarily get redness, although when I applied it to a larger area, it did feel irritated, and when I washed it off, it was a little pink. That might be the niacinamide. Um, but it did immediately have that like tightening, lifting effect, which is not something I personally like. So if you like thin, lightweight sunscreens, if you can tolerate niacinamide and you don't mind a little bit of essential oil, this might be a good product for you. I'll say that tint in it is totally sheer. I don't even think it would really like even out your skin tone, but it makes so that the product doesn't whiten your skin like zinc normally does. So that's something really nice about it. So I think this would be good for a more normal to oily skin type. Drier skin type could use it if you're doing layering your skincare underneath. But again, I just like a more moisturizing sunscreen when I'm going to wear sunscreen. So the Photonic, which is their SPF, is a pass for me. The other face product I have tried, which I don't have with me because I forgot to save the little container, is the Beta Glucan Lavish mask. So that's the face mask for super sensitive skin. It's really thick and buttery. The full size comes in a glass jar. And it's kind of similar in scent and texture to the lotion, but much thicker. However, when I tried it, I didn't like the way it felt. I honestly think I'm just not a mask person, and my skin just really likes keeping it simple. Like the basic daily routine is pretty much all my skin wants. It doesn't want any additional treatments or things. So I did sample that mask. I put it all over. As it dried, again, it sort of had that tightening effect. I think just because anytime you're layering something and you let it dry on your skin, it's going to do that a little, and my skin just really doesn't like that. So it did that, and when I washed it off, it kind of like emulsified. It rinsed off, and my skin did feel moisturized, which the point of the mask is to moisturize and calm. But I did notice that my skin was a bit more red and pink than usual. And that might have just been because of that tightening that I felt while it was on. But honestly, for me, sticking to a consistent daily skincare routine leaves my skin feeling the way I want it to feel. I don't pretty much ever feel the need for like a super hydrating mask. Now that might be because I've been doing this consistently for several years now, so my skin is in a pretty good state. So if you have super dry skin and you need something extra, that mask, which I believe can also be left on overnight, might be a good option. It wasn't for me though. Okay, this was a gift with purchase. It's the old packaging of their Amend Antioxidant Sprayable Lotion. This was their old packaging. They really upped their game with their beautiful white glass or ceramic packaging. So I don't know why this says sprayable, because it's not a spray, it's a pump. But it is really nice. So I'm going to show you this because I leave it in my kitchen. It's a very, very thin and liquidy lotion. It's almost like watery, but when you rub it in, it feels quite moisturizing. So that's why I like it in the kitchen, because after I wash dishes, my hands get so dry, especially from the hot water. And this actually really helps them feel moisturized, even though it's thin. And so I'm not left feeling greasy, so I can use my hands to do other things, but they feel soft and moisturized. It has a pretty strong scent. To me, it smells like mint and herbal tea brewed really, really strong and mixed with honey. So that's what it reminds me of. So it's definitely way too strong of a scent for me to use all over my body, and it's recommended to be used after the sun. But again, it's just too strongly scented for me to use all over my body, but it's making a really nice hand lotion in the kitchen. Again, it was a gift with purchase, so would I buy it on my own? No, because there's plenty of cheaper lotions that I can use for hand cream, but it is nice. The other thing is, and forgive me that it's almost gone, their Oat Milk Soap Bar. Now this is claimed to be a facial soap bar, and I knew I wouldn't use it as that, but I was curious, so I purchased it to use on my body because I thought, well, if it's recommended for sensitive facial skin, even though it's scented, it's probably going to be okay for body care. So I've been using this, it came in a beautiful cardboard box for a while now on my body. It's an oat milk bar, and it has little lavender buds in it, as you can see. And it smells like mint and lavender because those are the essential oils they use. At first when I got it, I thought, well, this smells way too strong, and I didn't really care for the scent. But over time, once it was out of the box and I'm using it in my shower, the scent has mellowed a lot, and it really doesn't linger on your skin, but it does make you feel clean and not overly dry. So I did like that soap bar. Would I purchase it again just for my body? Probably not, because it's a bit expensive for that, but it was a nice product and did not irritate my body skin at all. The other product that I don't have to show you that I have tried is their Unscented stick deodorant. Now, deodorant is a really personal thing, and it seems like for most of us trying to find natural deodorants, it's a whole many years long or lifelong journey to figure out which ones work for you. And unfortunately, the Blissoma one did not work for me at all. It's got a mixture of oils, butters, clay, and baking soda. And again, it's unscented, and I often like unscented deodorants, but it didn't work for me at all. Baking soda based deodorants usually don't. They either irritate me and or they don't, the body chemistry is really often, they don't work for odor or BO. And that was the case with this one, where I didn't find that it irritated my skin, and it specifically says on the website that she, balanced the formula so it wouldn't irritate sensitive skin. But it didn't work to counteract BO at all for me. So that was a hard pass. I personally like the Kosas AHA liquid roller deodorant. That's been working really well for me for about 2 years now. I don't love liquid deodorants, but this one dries really, really quick. So I love that it leaves no residue on my clothes, no irritation, and it's probably the best one I've ever found as far as counteracting BO. So that's my go-to, is the Kosas. But this is not a review for Kosas. So anyway, back to Blissoma. As you can tell, I'm really, really happy with the facial care products I'm using. I'm not using their SPF, but I think this is a really good brand. If you're curious about natural, holistic skincare for sensitive skin and rosacea, I would highly recommend checking them out. Like I said, you can do that online consultation. That's super helpful. And then you can purchase samples so you're not making a huge investment. Now, the cool thing about Blissoma is that every summer they do a 30% off sale. So that's when I bought the majority of these products, was during their sale. And that gives you a pretty massive savings. I think they also do 20% off around Black Friday. So if you're interested, you might try some samples and then wait a couple more months till Black Friday rolls around and get a nice discount on their products. They're also sold at Integrity Botanicals, which is an online retailer for organic, natural skincare. If I had to pick my favorites, it would be a tie between the Flawless Clear Condition Facial Oil and the Pure Sensitive Care Complex, and that would really depend on if you're more of a cream person or an oil person, or like me, both. But I think these are really, really special and unique and effective. I love that they have sort of subtle aromas, even though they have no essential oils or fragrance added. So everything here, it's very, very light. The scents don't last. It's non-irritating, very calming. I love these products. The cleanser is very good as well. And I think, if you wanted to just start with a couple products, you could either do just the cleanser and the oil, or just the cleanser and the lotion, depending again if you're a lotion or oil person, and just see how that works after 6 to 8 weeks for your skin. Anyway, I hope that you found this useful. Let me know in the comments if you've used Blissoma or if you have any specific questions, and I'll be back soon with more reviews. Bye for now.